Well, howdy do, y'all, and happy Halloween! My name is Sarah Vita, if you don't already know. If you do know, then groovy. Thanks for coming back. I appreciate you. So this year, if you are unaware, you have not been tuned in, or if this is the first video in this year's 2024 Halloween series, this year is all about aliens, intergalactic, UFOs. Yes, intergalactic, yes, Beastie Boys. Beastie Boys, I love Beastie Boys. But yes, so this year, that's what we're talking about. Last year we did monsters and motors, like haunted cars, spooky cars, kept it on brand, This year we're still keeping it on brand because we're doing some older stories, from the 50s and 60s, and kind of mixing it up with, modern tellings and some of my experiences. But in this video, we're just gonna put the terror and extraterrestrial. Yeah, that's the name, by the way. That's the name of the series, is extraterrestrial. We'll be looking at a case from 1961 of Betty and Barney Hill, who were driving along in New Hampshire down a nice little road. Yeah, it's like the first. Some of y'all might know this story. I am going to be reading some from an article as well. But this is like the first abduction story that actually got popular, like in public. Like it was a public story. Like I'm pretty sure it's the very first one. So yeah, we're going all the way back to 1961. So Betty and Barney Hill, they are an interracial couple, which is awesome. We support that here because I am also in an interracial relationship. So hell yeah, Betty and Barney. Get it? In the 60s? Mm-hmm. Get it. That's right. Anywho, so they were driving. They had only been married a few months, and this was in the middle of November as well. I don't really know. It doesn't say with the exact date. But basically, they had just got married, and they had been married for a few months, and then they decided to just abruptly go on vacation for 3 days. And also, Barney works night shift. Like, there's a lot of, well, we'll get into that a little bit after we get into the story. I mean, I'm telling you the story, but, into, allegations and what is like psychiatrists and stuff think and what people think about alien abductions, stuff like that. So yeah, this wasn't just them like sitting in their bedroom and then, that's not what happened. They were just driving along. And it's 16 months. There we go. I found it. I was trying to use my noggin. And yeah, they went on this little 3-day trip, and yeah, they decided to leave their dinner around 10 o'clock on the last day, and they figured they could get, back to where they needed to go about 2 or 3 in the morning. And, Mr. Barney there was actually a World War II vet. So he knew a thing or two about aircraft back in the day, So he was kind of up to speed on that, and he's thinking that this is just a satellite. He's just like, yeah, it just went off course, no big deal. Well, it was following the car, and they thought, since it was so late, it was maybe it was the trees and stuff, messing with them, their eyes, and like, oh, what's that? It's not moving. It's just, going behind the trees, making it look like it's moving, like, it's following us. And Betty saw this white light that was really an object spinning in the air, and she said it was flat like a pancake and about as big and long as her house is. So if that tells you anything. And told Barney, she's like, baby, that ain't you crazy if you think that that's a star or a satellite, because it absolutely is not. They were trying to figure out, like, they talked to the National Guard or Air Force. They talked to National Investigations Committee of Aerial Phenomena. That's what I meant, which is a UFO group back then. She even drew a picture of what it looked like. She said there was a red light on the side. This is how it looked when it was about 200 feet high. In the coming years, with Betty suffering from disturbing dreams and Barney developing an ulcer and anxiety, the couple sought mental help. So the two met with Benjamin Simon, who's a psychologist and neurologist who specialized in hypnosis, which was obviously, that was a technique at the time. And through months and weekly sessions, Simon helped the couple piece together what they think had happened. So, a vessel had landed on the Hills' car, putting them to sleep. Afterward, gray beings walked them up a long ramp into the spacecraft. So, once the Hills were separated, taking turns in an examination room that had curved walls and a large light hanging from the ceiling, each was asked to climb up on a metal table. And the tables were so short, Barney's legs done hung off. During the examinations, the beings removed Betty and Barney's clothes, so they're naked as Jaybird. Plucked strands of their hair, clippings of fingernails, toenails, scraped their skin, for samples, probed their heads, arms, legs, spines. Betty said that there was a large needle that they put into her belly, which was 4 to 6 inches long, so I don't know if that's like a pregnancy test or something. That's what they were trying to call it. I don't know. So anyway, and after Betty's examination ended, the beings rushed back into her room. Excited, they discovered that Barney's teeth could be removed. He had false teeth. Betty laughed, explaining that Barney had dentures, a fact of human aging. The beings struggled to understand. So, later, along with the leader, this is what they were called, by the way. That's what I'm reading. Later on with the leader, Betty asked where the craft had flown, admitting she knew little about the universe. The being joked with her, saying, if you don't know where you are, there wouldn't be any point in telling you where I am. Later in a hypnosis, she drew a star map shown to her on the ship. And then in 1965, this story was picked up by a Boston newspaper, so like 4 years later. After that, everything changed, and yeah, their story became like a best-selling book, a movie. Yeah. So, and then after that, they've done more tests and stuff, and they did a lot of, like, psychological stuff, trying to see if they could explain, like, why, like, other people that have abductions, like, it could be sleep paralysis or lucid dreaming or something like that, and, I don't know, man. I don't know. But, yeah, they, actually began to, I know Betty did. I guess I could go back and read about Barney, but I know that she actually worked with a UFO group for many, many years. So, or that's what it said. I don't know her, but, So, what do you think about alien abductions? That's pretty creepy, but also kind of lighthearted at the same time. Like, I don't find aliens and UFOs scary. I know a lot of people do, and I know it's, like, always talked about, and there's more stuff coming out now in 2024. So, yeah. Have you ever been abducted? I wish I'd be abducted. Get me the hell out of here. So, yeah, that's that. And I'm sure that you can find all sorts of stuff. About, like, more stuff about, like, I'm not going to go into, like, other tests and stuff. I was just saying, like, what they did. Or else we'd be here for, like, 40 minutes. I don't even know. I'm not the best reader. So, anyway, that is Betty and Barney's story. So, yeah, that's the first big abduction story. So, yeah, what do y'all think? Do you think that's creepy? Woo! I really hope that y'all enjoyed that and are enjoying or will be enjoying your spooky season, your Halloween time, your extraterrestrial time. So, yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. And I will leave all of my other Halloween series. I have 3 other ones because I've been doing YouTube for 4 years. I will leave them all linked down below somewhere over here, stuff like that. So yeah, I hope y'all did enjoy that, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, because it really helps my tiny ass channel. And of course, as always, keep it spooky because it's Halloween, but of course, don't forget to keep it rockin'. Intergalactic planetary, intergalactic.